What's up, guys? NSG here. First video of the channel with the Southampton Career Mode, episode number 1 for the only series I'm going to be doing on FIFA 20 here for this next month, less than a month, really. So, I'm really excited to do this for sure, and I'm excited to start the channel. As we're going to start by looking at the squad hub and probably bringing a few guys back while selling a few guys after. But first, let's look at the objectives. It starts with domestic. We're supposed to finish mid-table, which definitely we can do. And we're supposed to reach the round of 16, the FA Cup. Long-term, increase the club worth by 50%. The youth objective, I'm not going to do. No way am I going to put 4 youth players in 20 matches. That's like near impossible. Rating exposure, sign a crucial first-team player assigned to the forward position, which I can do. I am looking at getting a forward striker and a right mid. Those are my 2 positions of need. So we start by recalling Fraser Foster. I want to just sell him straight up. I already have Alex McCarthy and Angus Gunn. Angus Gunn's a good young player that did end up improving to 75. So I like Ryan Bertrand as the left back. I think we're okay there. Wesley Hutt, I did decide to recall him and get rid of Vestergaard, which you will see later. Looking here, I was thinking about recalling Cedric, but I decided not to. Kyle Walker-Peters and Valerie are good enough. They're young players, and I need to be able to develop these guys. Romeo, I'm thinking about selling them, but I think for now we'll keep them. So left mid, we have a lot of good left mids. Ilianusi, Buffal, Redmond, and DeGeno. I like DeGeno. He's young and he can improve. He's showing great potential. So I decided to sell Buffal because he's a bit slow, and his tenure at Southampton has not been a good one. So after we move down, I might recall Lamina. Very possible I could do that. Recall Lamina, and then I'd probably sell Romeo. Sean Armstrong at right mid isn't good enough to me. Danny Ings, Adams isn't really that good either. Carrillo, I'll let him stay in his loan, and Lafumi is going to be important to develop. I ended up selling Shane Long. No surprises there. 32, 73, not good enough for the Premier League. I'm in accidentally there. So we move on and we sim to the Wolfsburg game. So we get an offer for James Ward-Prowse from Lazio, which we obviously decline and block both Ward-Prowse and Bertrand, who Bertrand gets an offer from Real Betis. We won't address that left back position this year. So looking at the player chats, Shane Long's a bit surprised, but I just can't guarantee him playing time. Pierre Emily Hoiberg welcomes me, and we got a long season ahead of us, Pierre. We're excited for the season. So we end up simming the first game against Wolfsburg, which ends up being a 2-1 defeat. The only goal was Danny Ings on our end. So after that, we sim to the next game. After we realized that Kyle Walker-Peters is suspended for 2 games, so we replace him with Valerie. As we go up against Stade Rennais in the next game, we get an offer for Shane Long here from Schalke. I delegate. All I need is something near his value, not 2.4, a bit more than that. So after here, we at the lamp, of course, we throw in Valerie to be the starting right back, who is kind of more important because Kyle Walker-Peters is only here on loan. So I think next year we're probably gonna have to get a new right back. So we start against Stade Rennais, first game, and we end up losing here 1-0. Danny Ings misses a penalty. Ty gets their only goal. So that was unfortunate. We move on, sending to the Osprey game. Obafumi, I'm going to try to develop him, so he's going to stay. And I do end up signing a striker later on, but you'll see who that is. So we do get an offer from Buffal from Arsenal. I delegate. Just give me a good amount. Give me like 13 or 12 million, and I'll be really happy. So after we move on to the Osprey game, we throw in a few backups in there, including DeGeno, who I really like. He has good potential. So we sim the game, and we end up losing. Sorry, drawing 2-2 in the third game. I threw a bunch of backups in there. So that wasn't too bad, but of course we end up getting eliminated after losing the first 2 games. So we get a bunch of scouting reports back. This is where the real business begins. We get an agreement with Shane Long, which I will end up accepting, and Kyle Walker-Peters is back for selection. So I believe we start off with addressing Shane Long Here, we accept this offer for 3.2. It's a reasonable offer. After we negotiate for Vestergaard, who I am looking to get out because he's slow and he's taking a really high wage. Way too high of a wage. 42,000 is not good for him. So we negotiate with Benfica here. 9.2 is what they're offering. I want something between 13 to 14 million at the least. So we start with 13. Give me something reasonable, right? They want 9.8 with a 5% selling clause. No. Come on now. You got to give a bit more than that. So I think we moved to 12 million, and I believe they take it. Yeah, they do. They take 12 million. So Vestergaard ends up going to SL Benfica. So we get next. We're gonna look at strikers. So I looked at Haaland, and I'm not gonna pay that selling clause. We look at Soler for right mid. He's a bit expensive. Malin, he's older. So I decide Myron Boadu is a good compromise from AZ. He's going to have a nice wage, and he's 2 years younger and only 2 overall lower. Much more room to develop him rather than Malin. And on top of that, I love his 4-star weak foot. His pace will develop even though 85 sprint speed is decent for a striker, especially with that rating overall. So we go into negotiations, and we're going to start by offering 11 million, just straight up the face value for him. And they don't take that, of course. They want 12.1 with the 70% selling clause, which is pretty high. So after we go and offer 12, which they want, I think 15.9. Yeah, 15.9. And then I think we offer 13 or 14. We offer 13.5, right in the middle. And then after they say they're going to take some time to think about this, we know that what this means. It means no. So I realized with Diatta, I had to scout him. So we do end up scouting him later. But we send him a day, and they come back to us, and they say 14.1. Oh, yeah. Also, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg got an offer from Lazio, who loves our center mids. They offer both Ward-Prowse and Højbjerg. So looking on for Boadu, they want 14.1. I'll try to negotiate a better deal, of course. That's what us players do. So here we propose new fee. We actually go lower. We go 13. They go 13.6 because for some reason they had to wait to only want 100,000 more. So they take the offer. So we go to offer for Myron Boadu. Will be our first team striker. Looking at what he needs, 16 to 22. I believe I offer 5 years, 15,000 wage, and 100,000 signing bonus. And we make him important. There you go. And then after 5 years, which of course makes sense for an 18-year-old, release clause, accept, and then we discuss the salary. So for the salary, we go with 15, as I said, and the 100,000, which he does end up taking. It's a bit quite the increase for him compared to his budget at AZ, but it makes sense. So Myron Boadu is the first addition to the squad. And then after we look at Diatta, I like him a bit better than Soler because he's a bit lower rated. We don't need someone as high as 80 overall at Southampton. We need to balance out the team first. So we start with about 13, 15, something around that. So we start with 13. They want 60.9 and 20% selling clause. No way that's working. I believe we end up compromising to 16.5. They want 16.9. I say 16.5, and they accept. Here, I wanted to give Diatta a good budget. I know he's going to improve a lot. I believe I end up giving him 25 and 100K signing bonus. As we delegate, I look here, it says 31, and I could tell 31's a bit much. I'm not going to offer that much. It's always an interesting compromise. You don't want to scare him away, but you don't want to give him too much wage. So they want 5 years. We take the 5-year deal, disregard the release clause, and this was, I believe, where I offered the 25,000. They accept. And there you go. Last one we offered for was Eddie Nketiah, who we lowballed a bit too much on wage. Even though 10,000, the issue is he played for Arsenal, so his wage was already high at 27K. Here we agreed to 3.8 million. I start off with a lowball offer to 3. Then they want 3.2 with the sell-on clause, and then I offer 3.5. Of course, decline, and then upper up, and then 3.5. They want 3 point. We just accept it. That's fair enough. Eddie Nketiah is a low-rated player, but he's got time to develop, and we are a Premier League team. So looking here, he wants sporadic for a team role. We accept that. And after we discuss the length of the contract, 5 years is what I offer for him. They accept here and the no release clause. Then I was thinking about 10, and then not too much on the wage. And they want to way more than that. Only 40K signing bonus. It's probably a bit of a low, but they want a 20.5 and 108,000. But I thought, you know what? I'll accept it. He's going to develop into something that's worth around that. Right away. So we go straight into the first game against Burnley. And this was a bit nerve-wracking, but we didn't really start good early on, so we get kicked off. They pull it out to the fullback, Male. After first Unger comes low, Male goes out to the wing. He hits it in the box, and then it is who else but Jay Rodriguez gets the loose ball and absolutely puts a beautiful finish to this and makes it 1-0 for Burnley. Big finish from him, and kind of made me a little unsettled, but maybe we'll show next game we'll be ready and not be giving up early goals like that. So Jay Rodriguez, big finish. But later on, we would respond as it goes to Ryan Bertrand, who gives it off to Nathan Redmond. Redmond making a run, and Diatta comes around far post. He whips it in near the middle, and Diatta with an absolute beautiful finish here to make a 1-1, a debut goal for Diatta. And it would end up being a good day for him as we look at the replay. Fans celebrating on the away stand. Nick Pope can't believe it that he gave up a goal that quick for a type of team Burnley is. What a cross here. And look at this volley right on to the corner. Nick Pope had no chance there as we look again, looking at the technique of Diatta. Absolutely beautiful. And Sean Dyche was not very happy after that. 15 minutes in, 1-1. We move on. Later on, it would be Pierre-Emile Højbjerg giving another through ball in the 35th minute to Nathan Redmond. Nathan Redmond hits it in, and who else it is but Diatta with the header, making it a brace for him to give us a big goal in a 2-1 lead before half. Really, and it was just another good finish, another great cross from Redmond. Look at this, right in, and a great header, putting it away from Nick Pope, giving him no chance at all. As we look at another view here, and we look at Sean Dyche, who is not very happy at his team. He can't believe he gave up that 1-0 goal. Sorry, that 1-0 goal lead so quickly. And then we move on here to the 42nd minute. Corner here for Westwood. Good clearance. It goes to Danny Ings, who ends up beating Male, and Danny Ings is off to the races. And can Danny Ings get past him? He's looking good. Here, Nick Pope coming out, and Danny Ings puts it away near post. And it's 3-1 for Southampton. A great counterattack, and even for Danny Ings' pace, it was an absolutely great finish right near post on Nick Pope. And it was 3-1 before half, really coming in confident. Our goal scoring coming through. And so our new additions were also moving on to the second half. It was James Ward-Prowse here off a good pass into Diatta. He's making the run, pushing through the defense. It's a good save by Nick Pope, but Diatta gets a lucky bounce and heads it in to make it 4-1 and surely put this game out of reach. A good awareness, and we'll take the bounce as Diatta finishes the hat trick and makes it 4-1. Not often you see Burnley give up 4 goals, but here you do. As you see, 3 goals for Diatta, but Burnley would get one late here off the cross. Great clearance here. Male here. Armstrong has it. He turns it over, gives it to Chris Wood, who laces that past Angus Gunn, and it's 4-2 for Burnley. As we look at the replay, it's a bad job by Armstrong on this turn. He's got to be more agile on the turn. But Chris Wood, the former Leeds player, gets a big finish, but surely that would not be enough as it's hit out here. But as you can see by the clock, we do end up getting the win. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NSG. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We have $24 million left in the budget. Tell me who you think I should buy. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.
Well, he's gone for pure power, and why not when you've got a rocket in your boot? What a strike! Corner kick played over. Just unable to take advantage of that developing situation.